Let's talk about home. Not just the building, but the feeling. In Spanish, there's this really beautiful distinction between a house, una casa, and a home, un hogar. And today, we're going to get into all of it, way beyond just naming furniture, and right into the real heart of how Spanish speakers talk about where they live.
So just think about that for a second. In English, we get it, right? A house is a structure, but a home, that's where life happens, where the memories are made. Well, Spanish doesn't just feel this difference, it gives it a name, and it's a really powerful distinction.
Okay, so let's break this down because this is really the main idea for today. On one hand, you have casa. That's the physical stuff, the walls, the roof, the rooms. It's the building you can point to. But on the other hand, you have hogar, and that's the soul of the place. It's the people, the warmth, the feeling you get when you walk in the door. You could almost say a casa is just a noun, but hogar is a feeling.
To really get a handle on this, let's start with the basics. Let's start with the casa. We're going to take a quick tour and pick up the essential vocabulary, the building blocks you need to talk about any house. Ready? Let's do it.
First up is almost always the social hub of the house, la sala, the living room. This is where everyone hangs out, watches TV, and just connects. So what do we find in here? You've got the essentials, right? El sofa, of course. La mesita, that's your little coffee table. And maybe la alfombra, the rug on the floor. Pretty straightforward stuff for this cozy space.
All right, so from that shared public space, let's head to somewhere a little more personal. La habitación, the bedroom.
And in here, you've got the absolute must-haves. La cama, the bed, el armario, the closet, and la ventana, the window. These are really the key parts of our own little personal sanctuary.
So, we have the objects, we have the casa. But what is it that breathes life into all those rooms? What turns that house into a real hogar? Well, it's the action. It's the daily routines, the responsibilities, and even the chores.
Okay, a huge part of daily life is all the stuff we do to ourselves. Waking up, brushing our teeth, washing our face. In Spanish, we use something called reflexive verbs for this. The trick is that little word, like me, that shows the action is bouncing right back at you. For instance, yo lavo los platos just means I wash the dishes. Simple. But if you say yo me lavo la cara, that means I wash my own face. See the difference? That's reflexive action.
But of course, life at home isn't just about what you do for yourself. It's about shared responsibilities, about chores. So, how do we talk about the things we have to do, or maybe just should do?
I love this because Spanish gives you a whole spectrum of obligation. It's not just one size fits all. Deber is like a gentle suggestion. You probably should take out the trash. Necesitar steps it up a notch. I need to do the laundry. I'm out of clothes. And then you have the big one, tener que. That's the I have to pay the rent. It is non-negotiable. This lets you be so much more specific about how urgent a chore really is.
Okay, so now we can describe our home and what we do in it. So what's the next logical step? Well, comparing it, of course. We do it all the time. Is my apartment bigger than my old one? Is this sofa more comfortable? Let's see how that works.
The structure for this is actually super simple and elegant. If you want to say something is different, you use más, que, for more than, or menos, que, for less than. But what if things are the same? If you're comparing qualities, you use tan, como, like as tall as, and if you're comparing quantities, you use tanto, como, like as much money as. Pretty cool, right?
And hey, just like in English, we don't say more good, we say better. Spanish does the exact same thing. So instead of trying to say más bueno, you just jump right to the special word mejor. And for worse, it's peor. These are super common shortcuts you'll hear all the time.
All right, let's zoom out from the grammar for a minute and see how this whole idea of home fits into the bigger picture. We're going to take a quick trip and look at two amazing Central American countries. Let's go. First up, we've got the incredible country of Guatemala. The capital is Guatemala City, and people from there are affectionately called Chapines. It's home to the absolutely stunning Mayan ruins of Tikal, and if you ever hear its national instrument, the marimba, you will never forget that beautiful sound. It's a country with such a rich identity. And this is fascinating. Check out the linguistic diversity in Guatemala. While Spanish is the official language spoken by most, nearly a third of the population speaks one of over 20 different officially recognized Mayan languages. This isn't just something from the history books, it's a vibrant, living part of the country's indigenous heritage today.
Now let's just hop over to its neighbor, El Salvador. The capital is San Salvador, and its people are known as guanacos. And listen, if you ever go, you have to try a pupusa. It's this thick corn tortilla stuffed with cheese or beans or meat, and oh my gosh, it is a national treasure. And for all you adventurers, the Pacific Coast has some of the best surfing in the entire world.
Okay, for our last grammar point, let's bring it all the way back. Not just back to your home, but back to this exact moment. How do we talk about what is happening right now?
This is called the present progressive, and it's actually really simple. You just take the verb estar, which means to be, and you add your action verb with an ando or yendo ending. This is the direct equivalent of adding ing in English. So right now, I am speaking, estoy hablando, and you are listening, estás escuchando. See, it's all about action in the moment.
So, let's put it all together. This question brings everything full circle, connecting that grammar point right back to our central theme. What are you doing right now in your hogar? Think about it. Are you listening? Are you learning? Maybe making a cup of coffee? And that right there, that's how language stops being just a list of rules and starts becoming the real, living story of our lives.